the mysterious treasure discovered in Trikala of central Greece after a prophetic dream. A truly unique event which happened in Trikala was, it's around the area of monasteries built up on Meteora. It was a case of a prophetic dream of a 14-year-old Athanasios Kontogiannis and the teenager, and it's a mysterious continuation as it led to the revelation of hidden treasures. According to the correspondent of the newspaper Acropolis of Greece, the young teenager had seen in his sleep an old man who urged him to go to the root of a plane tree, I would say a maple tree, near Litheo, specifically in the Vuvi area, where he persistently asked him to excavate in order to find some treasure under a maple tree. Now, in fact, the old man had told him to look for a crab at the root of the tree, and where the crab would go, that's where he would have to dig. That's according to the teenager's dream. When the young Athanasios Kontogiannis woke up, he was surprised to announce his strange dream to his parents, who urged him to faithfully follow the advice of the unknown elder. So the next morning, the young man, accompanied by his friend Panagiotis Kopano, went to the indicated spot, and they did see a crab there. They followed the crab's course and began to dig where the crab stopped moving. After digging for a while, he found a marble basin, rectangular in shape, 1 meter long and 20 centimeters deep, which was covered by a slab. In the area there, of course, in the photograph of the corresponding newspaper Acropolis, Papa Stefanou can be seen with a cross while he was talking to an old villager about the history of the temple. In the photograph on the right, the 14-year-old Athanasios Kontogiannis, who discovered the treasure, can be seen with a cross. He pulled out the slab and began to probe into it. He suddenly spotted a sheet of gold the size of an acacia leaf, a metal rod covered with gold, a jewel which probably belonged to a metropolitan bishop, and a bishop's headpiece, and a piece of lead. Meanwhile, other small children had gathered, anxiously watching this peculiar excavation, and who, as soon as they saw the finds, began to shout. Their voices were heard by chance by the chief constable, Mr. Maimanakos, who happened to be passing by. He received the found items and took the 14-year-old to the police station. The event was reported by the commander of the department, Major Simonaikis, who ordered the warrant officer Mantelos to go to the part of the excavations and examine it. The antipaspist Mantelos tried to lift the marble basin, but the place below was immediately flooded with water from a passing river. Therefore, he posted 2 gendarme guards in order to continue the investigations. However, according to the law, the student would receive half of the treasure and the other half would be received by the state. The rumor circulating in the city of Trikala, which had monopolized the interest of the inhabitants, talked about the discovery of the tomb of Asclepius. The prevailing version was that the gold leaves came from the 6 wings of a church. They came from the 6-winged cherubs of a church. We have these, what would you call them, banners. They're banners made of bronze, and you have some banners that are round, you have some banners that are the cherubims, okay? So it could have been a type of a banner that they hold in the church. Now, in the corresponding of the newspaper, Papa Stefanou, who rushed at the scene of the investigations, saw a pit with cloudy, muddy water. At the edge, half of the rectangular marble basin was raised while the rest was sunken. Many were there who claimed that all the objects found came from the neighboring church of St. Stephen's, but it was more likely that the young man had brought to light an ancient tomb. The venerable bishop, Father Polycarpos, who was asked about it, expressed his surprise because the authorities did not present the findings to the bishopry so that they could be examined. He found it impossible to formulate his opinion before he had time to examine the objects of the excavation. Mysterious, therefore, was the origin of the infamous treasure. More mysterious was, however, the way of the revelation. The dream of the 14-year-old Athanasius Kontogiannis, the old man he saw in his sleep, and the confirmation of the dream remained debated for a long time in the city of Trikala. And this was published by the newspaper Acropolis, February 5th, 1935. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.